Alright, I'd like to coach you through the sports logo assignment, CAD number 6. Basically, picking out your logo is going to be an important part of this. Look at my examples. There's some things I really don't think really work the best for this. So take your time, find a logo that you like. It doesn't have to be necessarily a sport, but some logo that you think's fun. Keep in mind that you can't sell this because that, it's a copyright violation. So, just plan on if we make it, you just make one or whatever. But searching out the logo is going to be, one of the trickier parts. Make sure you think this through a little bit. So I just going to go to your web browser. I just typed in Under Armour logo, and this seems to be a logo a lot of people are into. So I can right click this. I'm just going to click it once and see if it gets bigger first. Okay, so now it's a little bigger. Then I right click on it, and I'm going to go Save Picture As, and I need to get rid of the PNG. It's got to be a bitmap or a JPEG. PNGs will not work. So then I'm going to hit Save. It's on my desktop. Know where you're saving it, so that way it's a little bit easier. So now it's saving to my desktop. I'm going to grab this Cubs baseball one too. So I just typed in Cubs baseball logo. If you can find something that has a lot of black and white on it, a lot of contrast is going to work better. Like this one is not going to work well. Too much detail. This one's probably not going to work well. Most of these here are really not going to work well, but I think this one will. So I'm going to save picture as again. I just right clicked on it, and the bigger the picture the better. And so this one says a JPEG or bitmap, so that's good. I'm just going to go a JPEG on this one, so it has a big long number. I could change that, and then I hit save. Then I'm going to go back to en route, and I'm going to hit this blue folder. It says import a file, and there's my stuff. So now this is a common problem people have. They don't select where their stuff is. So first you have to select where, and that's in the desktop. And then I might have to change this box right here. It's probably going to be this. When you first get on here, it'll be Adobe, and that's not going to give you what you want. So you're looking for a bitmap or a JPEG, so I go one down, and then now I can see a couple different, my options that I just chose. So we're going to see what this does here. I'm going to open this and see how it's a little fuzzy. That means it just wasn't the greatest graphic. But I'm going to I'm not going to right click. I'm going to click on the object, and I go Draw Vectorize Bitmap, and then I hit OK. So we're going to see how it vectorizes now. Actually, it didn't turn out too bad. So now I can delete my other one. I hit the delete button, not the backspace one. And now I might want to transform, ungroup it, and maybe I'll get rid of this text like that. And then, I think in the instructions I asked you to put a border around it maybe. I guess that's not a real big deal to me, but it might help out a little bit. Depends on what you're trying to do here. I'd prefer you just make your own text maybe. And some of these shapes are pretty easy. You could just draw them, but part of the lesson is learning how to vectorize. So this is pretty much ready to toolpath now. I mean, that's how easy it was. It's a fairly clean shape. I didn't have to do a lot of cleanup. But sometimes you do need to do a little cleanup, and that might be clicking Transform, Explode Selected Contours. Let's say this line doesn't turn out very good. I might have to delete it and maybe redraw that line. So that happens a lot when you're working off images from the internet. Sometimes they're just not that good, and you might have to, tweak a different, line just to make it smoother. So I kind of just change it there, but I just wanted to show you that. So once again, I'm going to hit the blue folder, and then I'm going to click on, I'll do the Cubs one this time and see how that one turns out. Now this one looked a lot cleaner before I put it on here. So I'm going to go Vectorize Bitmap, and I hit OK. And now you have to keep in mind, if we cut this out on a plasma cutter, I just deleted the old shape, everything's going to fall apart. So you might have to make some bridges or make it into more of a systematic shape of, what you're trying to do. So now maybe I would delete these, so it's something like this, and then somehow make this link together, or more creative of some sort. So for this assignment, I'm not super worried about what you do. I'm just trying to get you to practice pulling the internet image off. So maybe I'd put a border around that. And then this is going to be a metal project, so we're going to use the plasma cutter. So you're going to go up here and notice the bees, the middle parts of the bees. Those aren't really going to work for me. For the plasma cutter, I need to either bridge those like I did in the last assignment, or I need to delete them. So now I'm going to go toolpath, routing offset again, and then I'm going to click on the plasma tool, and all this should be good from the last time I used it. So now I can zoom in a little and see how it's looking. So basically this outer line is going around the shape. Okay, see the little arrows? And then this one's on the inside of the shape. So that's perfect. That's what I want. I want that to go around the outside and this to go around the inside. And that's, exactly what I want. So there it is. My toolpaths are in. And my sport logo assignment is done. I mean, you could spend some more time on this and make it a lot nicer. And that would be awesome. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of overview. So remember, a couple highlights is when you're importing the objects, they got to be a JPEG or bitmap. You can use imaging converting software. So let's say you find a PNG that you really like, but you can't get it to save as a JPEG or a bitmap. You can convert it on some image converting software, and then you might have to go in, click on it, and ungroup sections, and work on some of the image to make it better. So good commands for that were ungroup again, and then clicking on it and transform explode. So when you explode it, it breaks the image up into lots of pieces that you can delete and clean up however you need to do that. So then I'll just put my name on here, save it, and submit it on Schoology instead of sending it to the teacher's email. All right. Well, you have a great day.